Dr. Nadeesha Chandrasena is a Sri Lankan urban innovator celebrated for her groundbreaking invention. Born and raised in Galle, Sri Lanka, Dr. Nadeesha's journey to global recognition began with her passion for solving urban infrastructure problems. Dr. Nadeesha completed her early education at Bandaranaike Vidyalaya, Colombo. She pursued her undergraduate studies at the University of Moratuwa, Sri Lanka, where she earned her bachelor's degree in town and country planning, led her to pursue further studies, culminating in a PhD in civil engineering from the University of Technology, Petronas, Malaysia. Her PhD research focused on developing sustainable urban drainage system, which eventually led to the creation of the smart drain. Her most notable achievement came in 2024 when she won the Best in Class Engineering Design in the World Award at the prestigious Australian Good Design Awards. The Smart Drain, her revolutionary dual channel drain system, addresses the critical issues of urban flooding caused by clogged drains. By preventing solid waste like plastic from blocking drainage systems, the smart drain ensures uninterrupted water flow even during severe weather conditions. Dr. Nadeesha's work has earned her accolades and recognition worldwide, including an invitation to the Singularity University of NASA Research Park for her trailblazing innovations. Her success is not just a personal triumph, but a source of national pride for Sri Lanka, inspiring many with her resilience and ingenuity. Dr. Nadeesha Chandrasena continues to be a symbol of hope and innovation, demonstrating how engineering excellence can significantly improve urban living conditions and contribute to a sustainable future. Dear ma'am, I cordially invite you to address the gathering.
It is an honor to stand before you today and speak on subject close to my heart, empowering dreams, unlocking higher education research pathways for vocational excellence. UoVT is not a strange place for me. I was here as a visiting lecturer doing the entrepreneurship development module until I left the country in 2021. Let me start by sharing an extraordinary story, a story of past vocational student, a story of determination, planning, passion for higher education that began with vocational qualification. Allow me to introduce Nuan Herat, a student we had the privilege of mentoring. Nuan was enrolled in a top-up degree course conducted by a private institute in Colombo, Sri Lanka. These programs, typically lasting 12 months, are offered through partnerships between a local private institution and a foreign university, allowing students with tertiary qualification to earn bachelor's degree. I was engaged part-time by one such institute to teach research and methodology and supervise final year projects. These projects are essential for degree completion, mandatory requirement, but unfortunately, the culture of malpractice had taken root. Students would often pay third parties to write their report. To challenge this unethical practice, we collaborated with academics we know through our global networks. Together, we implemented a system where each student had 2 research supervisors and 1 co-supervisor, ensuring hands-on, authentic research experience. Nuan stood out among his peers with Level 4 National Certificate in Technology, Civil Engineering. He was driven, motivated, and deeply passionate about his field. His final year project, co-supervised by Dr. Pushpi Paranamana from Rutgers University, USA, and myself, focused on inventing an efficient measuring procedure for heat and ventilation HVAC system Remarkably, this was completed virtually during the COVID-19 pandemic. What made Nuan's journey exceptional was his vision. He was not content with just completing his degree. He aspired to push boundaries and plan for a PhD even before graduating. Here's how he did it. We drafted a conference paper based on his project findings, dedicating countless hours of writing, reviewing, and refining the papers. He carefully selected a reputable conference to present his work, avoiding many fake conferences prevailing in academia. Once his paper was accepted, he planned his travel and presentations. He prepared for pre-conference networking, setting up meetings with professors in his field. Nuan presented his research at an IEEE conference at University of Wollongong, Australia in December 2023. Before traveling, he reached out to over 20 professors across Australia requesting appointment to discuss a potential PhD opportunity. He secured meetings with 5 professors in Sydney and Melbourne at very good universities. This proactive approach paid off. Nuan received a PhD offer from University of Technology Sydney, UTS, one of Australia's top-ranked universities. This is how the story of Nuan, a passionate student with a vocational background, vocational base, charted his path for a PhD position. Why plan for postgraduate research? Vocational education students like you have a unique edge in research because your academic journey is rooted in practical hands-on learning. While traditional universities often focus on theory, vocational students emphasize real-world application. This makes you exceptionally suited for outcome-based research, OBE, that directly addresses practical problems and create tangible solutions. Planning for postgraduate research allows you to discover new solutions. With your practical skills, you can create innovations that solve everyday challenges in your field. Make a real impact. Your research is just not theoretical. It has a potential to drive change in industries and communities. Unlock opportunities. Outcome-based research opens doors to global conferences, collaborations, and advanced educations like masters, MPhils, and PhD programs. Start your entrepreneurship journey. Research can serve as a foundation for innovation-based business. Your findings could lead to new products, services, or technologies, paving the way for entrepreneurship. Vocational education provides the tools to unlock multiple career pathways beyond traditional roles. Here are the few examples. It will bring you collaborative research opportunities, as I mentioned earlier. Incubation centers, vocational institutions should establish startup incubation centers providing students with funding, mentorships, and technical resources to transform ideas into business. Global exposure. Engage in exchange programs, attend international conferences, participate in cross-border research projects to gain diverse perspectives. While vocational education provides immense opportunities, there are barriers to overcome. We have overcoming stereotypes. There's a misconception that vocational education is inferior to traditional degree. That is not true. However, examples like Nuan I mentioned earlier prove otherwise. Access to resources. Vocational students need equal access to research facilities, funding, and mentorship. Reach their potential. Skill building. Institutions should offer skill-building programs that help vocational students transition seamlessly into the research-oriented postgraduate programs. I know senior academics like Professor Priyan Mendes is doing that. My dear students, dream big. If you have a passion for higher education and a clear plan, you can truly reshape your destiny. As Paulo Coelho, one of my favorite authors, mentioned in his book, you can change the destiny lines of your palm. Vocational education is not just stepping stone. It is a solid foundation for innovation, entrepreneurship, and impactful research. You are the problem solvers of tomorrow, and the future is waiting for your ideas. Remember, vocational background is your strength. The skills, tools, and drives you possesses your key success. It is time to take the first step. Thank you very much for this opportunity.